Welcome back yet to another session. Marwa will always take you by words and deeds, and he means business with it. But that doesn't close the chapter and doesn't close the door. He is always open to always accept any kind of a redress or any kind of renegotiation plan that you want to put forth going forward. He's very ready and very open to listen to you, and he will always listen. So, the plumbers, Strongman 254 and Makori, had an agreement with Marwa, and nothing prevents them going forward to seek a redress or to seek a renegotiation if they deem see fit going forward. And that again doesn't close the door. Since I Am Marwa is ever open for renegotiation, he's been captured on camera several times when he's stating that if you want a payment, let's come to the table and let's agree. The modus operandi shall then ensue. The modes of work and the modules will therefore be effected immediately. Are we there? So nothing stops Strongman to always do the same, unless he doesn't want to talk, unless she is shy. He can't be shy, because for the first place when he came and faced I Am Marwa, that he wants job, just by the mere fact that he traveled about 1,500 kilometers to I Am Marwa place, really shows you the image of a man who is so strong, an image of a man who is ready to work, an image of a man who is so confidential that is not shy. Unless there is something that is hiding that we don't know. Guys, let's dive in after the break. Welcome back to my YouTube chit chat. My name is SnrZack, and this is my YouTube channel. Guys, let me ask you this candid question, and candidly be open and answer it on the comment section, because this one is going to form the basis of our deliberations going forward. You know, this is the gist where the bones meet the flesh. This is where the rubber meets the road, and we want to unearth the reasons why the I Am Marwa plumbers decided to leave. Is it I Am Marwa fault? Is it the plumbers' fault? And what is the way forward as we proceed? Take in the question. Guys, can someone be a slave willingly? I repeat the question, and I put the question. Can someone be a slave willingly? Let me get your response or your answers at the comment section, please, and be genuine. My take, if you do something willingly, it is not slavery. Period. That's fact. And fact and period. If you do something willingly, that is not slavery. And therefore, you cannot be called slavery. Now, jealousy is so rampant within this YouTube. Not only YouTube, but within the village, and spreading sparingly in the world. And the eyes of the lazy gang are now perceiving it to be a forceful coercion, perceive it to be slavery. You know, slavery is when one is coerced or one is forcefully made to work unwillingly. Are you there? And you obey it. That wasn't the case with Nyabo Anze, because all these people travel willingly. They were never invited, but they travel. They even never booked invitation. They travel and they showed up. Okay, when they showed up, they came in to volunteer. The moment they came in to volunteer, are you there? Nobody cursed them. Countless number of times we've seen, even when they're put in camera and they're being asked, you want to be paid or you don't want to be paid? You've seen it candidly. The answer is in the affirmative. They said they don't want to be paid, as the earlier agreement is like they respected the earlier agreement going forward. So guys, the villagers are doing things, including donation to Marwa, from their own heart, just to appreciate Marwa good work, just to appreciate Marwa cooperative work, and also helping the society. Marwa never forces them. Marwa never coerces them anywhere. Are you there? But the eyes of the negativity perceives it as a slavery, which is very wrong. So the lazy gang should stop all this kind of stupid narrative of slavery. It was prior agreement that strongman and all the plumbers made with Marwa that they want to volunteer their services and to solve the problem of Marwa. That they, apart from also solving Marwa, they want to showcase their skill to the world, so that whoever will want a similar kind of job could specifically call them for contract signing. That's a fact. That is a fact. Are you there? People lack certain kind of a free publicity. For example, if you go to the mainstream media that you want to do an advertisement for your product, how much does it cost? It costs almost 1.5 to 3 million. That simply, it costs us from $10,000, are you there, to $20,000. And Marwa is offering it for free. Marwa is helping all these guys to showcase their work, that very many people, most of the time, have seen these people's work, and they're just waiting for them to finish, then they get another contract. I'm acutely sure that was the case of Makori, because Makori brought in another redress that he wants to be paid. Are you there? But bearing in the mind at the backstage, somebody had seen his work and somebody wanted to employ him. Then the reason why he brought it, it was just like he just wanted to compare and contrast which deal is better. And that is the reasons why he brought in Marwa back to the table to agreement that I want to be paid. They agreed after doing some research, comparing and contrasting. Therefore, he had to reject the offer of Marwa and took a French leave to some errands where the payment was better. This alone tells you that Marwa is open for any other kind of renegotiations and talks, not unless you don't want the renegotiation. Therefore, you are the one locking yourself going forward. Watch the video below.
Talking about they had an agreement with Marwa that he wants to start getting paid, and Marwa is coming out to tell him that if that is the arrangement you want now, then I'll be paying you 5,000 Kenya shillings at the end of every month. Guys, divide that by 150 USD to get how much he was to be paid at the end of every month in dollars. I'm going to be putting it on the screen if I remember to do that, okay? And I was here to talk about this issue, okay? And I said you can never, ever, ever in 2023 work for free, because you have a family. Like he says, he has a child that is depending on him, and he's given his services free of charge, just like Strongman 254, who is still working for free, so as to appease Marwa, to make him happy, and they get all these, you know, YouTube subscriptions going. I was here to say that you can never work for free, especially if you have a child, a family depending on you. Even without a family or anyone depending on you, you have a house. You're not living in the trees just like the birds. So why are you working for free? 2023, nobody, guys, should be working for free. So this guy did not come into terms with what Marwa was, what the agreement really didn't settle well with him. And then he decided, you know what? Because I need money, I need to be moving out of this place to go look for a job. I want us to listen to his story just a little bit before we proceed, okay? What is this? Marwa's videos are so sluggish, okay? I don't know why. Myra, what speed do you upload your videos on? Because, hello? Why? Hey, Mr. Masterclass, Mr. Masterclass, why are your videos so sluggish? Woo, okay.
And we want to go home now. So, as I was telling you, nothing is for free. So, for me to upload this video, I need money. Because every video takes 50 shillings, Kenyan shillings, for me to buy bundles so that I can upload this video. And it depends, maybe you have a very long video, like 1 hour, which is, it will take almost 80 shillings, Kenya shillings. So guys, it was difficult for me because what I depended on, it was taken away, and I realized that I did not have anything. So I had to think, because I also need to eat, I need to wash my clothes, I need to, at least everything I need, you need money for you to survive. So I decided I should go and look for a job. So it's not that I was not doing this work, but you see, I've been helping this guy, and also we talk.
Whatever you need, whenever you need it.
And we come to an agreement. So he told me if I will continue working for money, he should pay me 5,000 Kenya shillings per month. So guys, 5,000 shillings per month, that's around around 20 something, 20, that's around for me, because 20 shillings, 20 pounds is 3,000. So it's like that shilling, that Kenyan, $30 US, yeah, $30 a month. Also, guys, it was difficult for me. So I decided I should look for a job, and because I also have a child. So I have a child, and I have a child who depends on me, so I have to take care of her. So guys, that's the reason why I decided that I should go and find a job so that I can get paid, even though it's little, but it's okay. It's just the same. 400 shillings a day is equal to $2.6 US. So it's better I have that one so that I can at least buy my bundles to upload my videos, and also to buy food. At least I have something for that, because what I depended on, in fact, it was taken away. So my bike was taken by the...
Yes, this is Makori 1. Is it Makori 1?
So when most of the lazy gang claim of payment, it depends on different variables. 1, the locations of work. 2, the resident agreement, depending on the prevailing market value or prevailing market indicators. In the big city or in urban areas, plumbers are paid handsomely. Are you there? Unlike in the village, they're being paid not handsomely, they're being paid poorly. The wages that they get cannot even take them a week. And imagine they're working per day. So the person, even masons, the masons within the village are paid poorly as compared to the mason working in the city or in urban areas. Their pay rise shoots. A typical example in Kenya, you find a mason working in Nairobi or big city. Are you there? Their pay, they get 3,000. 3,000 a day. That simply means they get $30, $30 to $35 a day. That's a mason. Then the handman in the city, are you there? The handman in the city will get half that price. They might get $10 or $12 a day. That's why you find somebody being just a mere handman, comfortably lives within the city and has got his family and the children going to a proper school. Are you there? Unlike in the village, even getting that work of masonry, people don't build quite oftenly. Are you there? It's something like once in a while. That's why you find there is rural-urban migration, because people are going to search for work, because there is what we call the industrializations and urbanization. They keep on building, others are keep on demolishing, and they build again. Are you there? So within the city, the pay rise is fine, but within the villages, the pay rise is low. For example, if the same plumber, not the plumber, the same mason who is being paid 3,000 in the city comes in the village, there is the price within the village that is set. Are you there? And this price sometimes is not a constant figure. Sometimes it also could be affected by your own agreement, by your own work, by your own negotiation skills. Sometimes also it can also come low. It can also maintain in between, but cannot be exact. It depends with your negotiation skills going forward. Are you there? So in the village, typically you'll find you will earn a half. If in the city you're earning $30, are you there? In the village, you'll earn $15 a day. Are you there? If you're a handman, you are earning in the city. Are you there? A handman in the city will be paid $12 or $15 a day. In the village, he will be paid something $5 to $7 thereabout a day. So that is the market and the location price indicators that Amaro is using altogether. If you go everywhere, that's how they do it. Not unless in the city. Are you there? So stop the blame game. Don't blame I Am Marwa. I Am Marwa is just working with the prevailing market indicators. Are we together? That's it. So that is it, And again, so in Africa, most plumbers are not being paid handsomely, because in Africa, such kind of jobs, people belittle them. Such kind of job, people don't take them seriously. In Africa, we call them talents. Are you there? That's why you find somebody gets up to class 8, doesn't proceed to high school, therefore you find the dad branch him to go and do plumbing. It's being branched. While in the Western world, you find somebody does it right from the primary as he rise the cadre. Are you there? That's what he does. Then when he comes out of the college and graduation with the plumbering kind of thing, then it pays handsomely. So in Asia, in Europe, in USA, Canada, in UK, the plumbing job is a dirty job but pays handsomely. Are you there? Those people can even earn $50 to $60 a day, and people respect them. In the Asian continent and in this country, plumbers earn specifically almost $40 to $50 a day. Are you there? Home, nothing. Home, my friend, home you will rust. Nobody will pay you that amount. Unless in the city, only if you get also a tender with the government, then they will apply that rate. And sometimes they cannot even apply that rate, unless you are a contractor. But if you are working also for a supply company, that one you'll never get, because the company will siphon all the funds and you'll be paid peanut. Are we there? Let me ask you this question. For you also to stop the blame game to I Am Marwa, that I Am Marwa is doing slavery and paying people peanuts. Let me ask you this question. In Africa, how much does the police, teachers, and nurses being paid? If you answer that question, therefore you will understand I Am Marwa. If you answer that question And these are the people who are permanent and pensionable. These are the people who are employed by the government. These are the civil servants. If you want the citizen, number one, these are the teachers, the police, and the nurses and the doctors going forward. Even the doctors in Africa, they're not being paid well. And that one gives the reasons why there is a brain drain, why there is a movement and large migration from Africa to Europe in search for a job. Doctors are deserting their professions back in their own country. They move to Europe or in the Arab world in search of better payment. Are you there? Nurses the same, police is the same. Are you there? They move. The reasons being because they are being enumerated poorly back at home. And in search of a greener pasture, they had to migrate. So, if the government cannot meet the requirement of International Labour Organization, ILO, about the working condition, about the remunerations, fair remunerations and wages, how then would you want marwa to comply with that? The government is a machinery. The government makes money, mints money. The government collects tax. Where does marwa collect tax? It's a simple logic. This is a simple logic. If you cannot understand, therefore you will never understand. You'll never understand it. The old government cannot perform the collective bargaining agreement that was chartered and ratified by the International Labour Organization about the fair remuneration, good working conditions, and better salary. They cannot. So the government is the one who has failed people. And marwa is just doing the exact thing. It is a precedent set. There is a market value in every village that is set, and that is the price control, and that's the price market value that marwa is using to pay people. So marwa is rightly paying these people the amount of money that they're supposed to get. That's why they're not complaining. It is us who are complaining because we see it differently in the Western world or in the Arab world, how people are being paid. Then you want to compare at home. You'll find a security guard. You'll just find a security guard working maybe. For example, working in Arab world is being paid better more than the nurse or more than the clinical officer. You find a clinical officer is getting a wage from 70,000 onward. But you find a security guard, a trained one, maybe a person who was a police back at home, then transferred or migrate to Arab world, like a place called Dubai, and works in a hotel as a security. A guy will be paid $800 to $1,000 a month. That gives you what? Is paid above the clinical officer, because the clinical officer in Kenya, grade 3, can get 30,000. Grade 2 will get 50,000. Then the more you climb the ladder, are you there? Therefore, you stagnate at 100 to 150. A security guard in Dubai, are you there? Will be paid 100,000, 120, and there is an overtime. So you can imagine that scenario going forward. Are you there? So let's watch this video, how this grandmom, the old dummy, was ranting about the payment.
To Migori, but I won't reach Nyabohanze. I'm sorry. I have some issues to do in Migori. The plumber, this is what he said, the plumber has detected even more problems with the plumbing done on the outside of the villa. By I don't want. He said that Villa Mediterranean by another plumber at the traps and sewer lines that leads to the septic tanks. Marwa and Strongman discussed it today, and there is also problems with the kitchen outlets as well. Strongman was quickly hushed by Marwa when he mentioned engineer. Strongman did not look happy, and Marwa detected something and queried him to find out if everything is okay. He mentioned that he did not see him participating in the festivities or the giveaways. The man needs to be compensated heavily and not given as splendid for the work he has done and will be doing if he stays regardless of the agreement. Guys, I'm sure all of you, most of you have dealt with plumbers. Plumbers are not cheap people. Even every time something breaks from my house, I can't call in a plumber when I don't have money. Plumbing is not cheap. Their pay is higher than the masons. Their pay is even higher than the painters, these people who paint and stuff. I do have my own rental houses and I do these things. I fix these things all the time. I know what this thing entails. I call in plumbers all the time to repair stuff. I call in painters to repair some houses when people move from one house to another. I call in people to repair a few things here and there. I do understand construction so well. Telling me that this plumber cannot be paid, it's just something. I don't know why this man had to lower himself so down like that. Maybe what he needs right now is to get some money to move out of Marwa's villa. He can move out, honestly. He should just go home because this is now too much. So many things are happening. There's a lot of work that needs to be done and he's experiencing all these things. And Marwa was saying the other day, he's not going anywhere. He will stay here until the end. I was like, Marwa, this is someone's husband. Don't you know the responsibilities that are involved? Not even to anyone else, but even to his wife. We cry, we say these things repeatedly. I don't know. I don't know. If Marwa is listening, kindly guys, go and tell him to release this man to go back to his family. Tell Marwa to get another plumber. A cheap one if he can. This man is suffering. That this man, with this age, he should be coming for the festivities at night to be dancing with those small boys. What kind of thing is that? So he should... this man is so stressed, he's thinking about his family. And you want him to be coming into the night festivities to come and be dancing around for what? For GoPros and for what? For the sticks. Someone talked about the sticks. I said, which sticks? So there were those sticks that they were brought in. And Marwa was supposed to give them out. And he's not giving them out. I don't know what he wants to do with the sticks. To sell them or to do what?
Guys, if the strongman plumber 254 wants to be paid, he ought to have talked a long time ago. But now, because he's not talking, simply means maybe he doesn't want. Are you there? Marwa is very ready anytime, any day to deliberate on such issues going forward with an open hand. Are you there? The same way he did with Makori 17. And Makori rejected the bid and Davyjnr took a French leave to go and attend to other errands of the same capacity. Are you there? So this issue, I know it brings elicited reaction, but the fact and the truth be told, are you there? Handman, the strongman 254 and Makori 17 volunteered their services. No one forced them. It is on camera, it's on record, so no one should blame I Am Marwa. Are you there? No one should blame I Am Marwa. They came to solve. At the same time, it's also a time that we should not be also scolding them because they are showcasing us their work. If at all we feel so pity for them and we want I Am Marwa to pay, maybe it has reached a time when I Am Marwa is at fixed. The previous plumber or the initial plumber took a lot of money from him and maybe he's having a lot of things on his way. We can volunteer. We can volunteer at least to pay the strongman. He's doing a good job. That is the only way. Are you there? By asking him what is the M-Pesa number, by asking him what is it, then you can contribute to him. Are you there? At least to compensate. Are you there? But you see, the lazy gang are so quick in doing the damage control, are so quick in character assassinating are so quick to call Ayamaro all the unfathomable names that you could imagine exist in this world. Are you there? Huh? Than getting into their pocket to donate to Strong Man 254. That is the simple thing. A simple logic that you can do. Are you there? But if he wants a payment, maybe his time is sought for a redress or for an audience with Ayamarwa. And Ayamarwa is ever open at any time to always speak with them. And the deal shall have been done and closed. Until next time, this is SnrZack.